Morning.
It seems like we have a bit of a lighter group today, but it's 2 minutes past, so let's go ahead and start. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Let's just start with a few wins for the week. You guys can share. See, you got something? See, want to kick us up? You want to kick us off?
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, win for the week for me would be I tackled my first drink for all. I don't know if anything's going to come out of it, but going through the experience, it's probably the best learning.
Awesome. Well, you got one in. Good for you. You accomplished the task. Good job, Alex.
Yeah, I funded one last week, and then also got a couple pre-approvals and got a couple for CalHFA as well.
Very nice. Very nice. Keeping up the effort. Who else is on? Let's see. On?
Yeah. So ups and downs. Escrow had to cancel out of escrow, so that one was a bust. But we did get a listing, which will lead to another listing, and then eventually lead to a purchase with a loan. So ideally, that's something to look forward to.
Very nice. Do you want to share with the group why? It's always fun to know what the scenario, the different scenarios. Why did they cancel?
So this one's our personal.
Right.
We went in with a price in mind of repairs, but during the inspection, we found additional issues with it, which we didn't want to take on the additional cost. One of it was because it's septic, which was on my end because I missed it. It's septic, and it was like another additional like 35,000 just to switch back to the sewer. So that wasn't, and they didn't want to just compromise on the price anymore. So we just canceled.
Yeah. Definitely not unusual right now, right? Begin the first 2 months of the year, according to NAR, we have seen an average on a national level 20+% cancellations. I mean, that's wild. But 1 out of every 5. I think here in Riverside, counting itself was like 17%, 18%. So yeah, buyers are a little bit. I wouldn't want to use the word pickier, but they are a little choosier. I don't know if you caught that, but yeah, keep it going. Let's see, a few late add-ons here. Freddie, get a win?
Hey guys, do I have a win? Yeah, actually, I have 2 new applicants. I have one refi that's in the process of completing the application, and I have another purchase prospect that collected all income docs for review today.
Awesome. Very good. On that note, so a few things I'll share. UWM is having a special right now, free credit pull, $600 credit towards the appraisal, and they have, I believe, a 75 basis point improvement for this is all for refinances. Okay, so keep a lookout on things like that with lenders, especially when there's like movement in the market. They obviously, these bigger companies, they want to capture as much of the volume as possible. So they will throw out incentives. So that's actually a pretty good one, right? I mean, that can virtually cover your borrower's entire appraisal cost, the credit report fee, which is, not cheap anymore, $135. And then you see a pricing improvement. It may not price out, just to be fair, it may not price out to be the best rate out in the market that you can find through Loan Sifter, but I think that should fare well. I'll be honest, I haven't priced it out myself personally, but those are 3 things to take away. Win for the week for me. I'm gonna switch up on you guys a little bit, and you're gonna just be like, whoa, and I hope it doesn't dampen the mood. I had a good buddy I could just kind of filter this and process this with. For the first time, actually it was my second time, but really the first time in a very long time where I walked away from a deal. Peter's going to give me an earful probably later, but so let me explain. I've been working with, I'll be brief. I've been working with some clients for about 5 months, back and forth, gave them a good strategic plan, constantly communicated with them via text and emails and calls. Hardly responded. It's a VA situation. I was willing to do this, guys, pay an extra fee and double lap them, conventional and VA. In any case, was there when the agent, I know the agent very well, multiple offers, was there every step of the way, got into escrow over the weekend, only to find out. So this was a Friday evening, only to get that uncomfortable call, right, as loan officers. And this is what I wanted to share with you guys, because there is the other side of lending, right? And we already know this, especially if you've been doing it for a while. But yeah, agent decides to call me and just starts the conversation. I could already tell her energy was off. I could tell she was hesitant in the conversation, even from the hello, hey, how's it going? But she goes, Ragnar, they have a lender they know through the church. And right away, I was like, I just wanted to tell this agent, I told you so, right? Because early in onset in the introduction, I could tell that there was another lender. I don't think they were totally honest with the agent. Whatever, I don't care. You put your professional hat on and you keep going and you keep going and you keep going. But what happens? So Sunday evening, they call me, or she calls me and says, that, and I go, and Ragnar, they're going to buy down the rate and they're going to cover the entire cost and this and that. And I just stopped the agent and I just said, respectfully, I'm going to take the L on this one. And she was quiet. She didn't say anything. I said, look, how much I appreciate you, because I didn't want to lose a relationship with the agent. And this wasn't on the agent. And in short, I just said, look, this has nothing to do with you, agent. This is me. Okay. And I gave her an example about, what if you as an agent did all this work, blah, 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 only to find out, for an eighth of a rate or potentially this or that you lose the deal. And I just said, one, I'm too old for it. Two, I've been doing this for too long. But three, most importantly, it's about understanding your value and knowing your value as a loan officer. So I was asked the question, are you doing this because you have other loans in the pipe? What if you didn't have any loans in the pipe? And I thought about that. I've already thought about that prior to the answering that question, or that, on my own. And that was, no, I would have still let it go. So the question is, why? Why did you let it go? Well, I gave you the reasons why. I'm too old for this. I've been in the industry long enough. And two, I know my value. So yes, there is a time and the place. Yes, it has been said on these calls in the past, do a free loan. Okay, this is not that. So I want you to separate this scenario from that scenario. And that is, for me, it was, regardless if I had a loan in the pipe or not, I don't find value that I'm closing a loan for the company or I'm closing a loan under my name. If I'm closing under a loan under my name, making $300, I'm cheating myself because I know my value, right? And so I know the work I put forth. I know that I went the extra mile. And I do hope that something bad happens to those clients. I kid, guys. I just hope you're listening right now. But it was also to show the agent, right? Hey, I respect our relationship. Thank you for sending me referrals. I hope you continue to send it, but I ain't gonna work with clients like that because I value myself, okay? And I value you and our relationship. But we're not here in the business of giving away free business. It doesn't work that way, and I don't want to work with people that doesn't respect it nor honor that. Okay, so because no one really works for free. Okay, but if all that I've done for those clients and yet they still see that I have to work for free, they're not people that I want to represent. So take what you want to take away from that. For me, it is a win. I feel I went to sleep well Sunday night. I went to sleep well Monday night, and I woke up well this morning, knowing that this was going to share with you. There's a time and a place, and I hope you guys as loan officers too understand there's a time and a place. The biggest thing is the harder you work, the more you put into this industry, the sacrifices that you make, you understand that you are worth what you are worth. There is value to your worth. So no, not everything has to come at, I'm going to make $100 or I'm going to give everything away, give the house away just to close a deal. In the worst of case scenario, that's all you lost. You lost a few $100, okay? In this scenario. That being said, UWM, right, that was that. We are seeing rates rebounding right now with the continued war. Be very, very cautious in floating that though. just because, yeah, should the war turn and they decide to retract, yeah, we probably will see, the bond market improve yet again. But for now, very, very cautiously to float. There was one other thing that I was going to share, and I just slipped my mind. I do apologize.